No, it's the same days that yeah, we still have school on Mondays.
Okay, super. Okay, yeah, put it right there. Thanks.
I can't get it to stop either. It's gonna be 70 tomorrow.
I'm gonna take the kids out for recess, so I'm gonna go outside. I think my practice is so. It's like late rock. Not yet.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
So just give it a second, I muted the picture, for some reason it's still very light. So, worksheet should be going around, does everybody have one?
Yes.
Yeah, were there extras at the end?
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so today, in the loosest possible way, we are talking about the book Tease by Amanda Maceo. What I've passed around is a very simple lesson assessment. Okay, you'll notice there are very large numbers at the top, 1, 2, and 3. And there are 3 rows going across. The first row, you're going to complete by yourself. The second row, you're going to complete as part of a group. And the third row, you're going to complete part of it by yourself and part of it as part of a group. Any questions? Okay. So what I'm going to ask you to do as we begin is follow the instructions in the first direction box. You are going to write down a time when you feel that you were wronged. So in your personal life, a time that you feel you were wronged. You don't have to put your names on these. If this is a real class, you would. But in the second box, give me 3 words that describe how that made you feel. They don't have to be connected. Just be loose association. 3 words about how you felt during that time that you were wronged. And the third one, and this is the fun one, ladies and gentlemen, write down what you would have done right then and there if you knew that there would be no repercussions in life.
Right.
So that person or that system or whatever it was that wronged you, what you would have done if you knew there would be no repercussions. That is also why you are not putting your names on these worksheets. While you do that, take about 4 minutes, keep one eye to this quick little video.
Unfinished business. Baby, you ain't kidding.
You've got to develop a sense of vengeance. It's going to get you into trouble someday.
My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius, commander of the armies of the North, general of the Felix Legions, loyal servant to the true Emperor Marcus Aurelius, father to a murdered son, husband to a murdered wife, and I will have my vengeance in this life or the next.
I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. If you were looking for ransom, I could tell you I don't have money. But what I do have are a very particular set of skills.
We totally got you!
Allow me to impress upon you the severe mistake you have made.
I will hurt you for this. A day will come when you think you're safe and happy, and your joy will turn to ashes in your mouth.
My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Stop saying that!
And forced me to unleash upon you the vengeful flames of 1,000 suns. You shall curse your mothers for the day of your birth, So go now! Go! And begin your life of fear, knowing that when you least expect it, the looming sword of Damocles will crash down upon you, cleaving you in twain. And as you gaze upon the smoking wreckage that was once your life, you will regret the day you crossed the wrong fish.
To bait fish before. If it will feed nothing else, it will feed my revenge. If you let my daughter go now, that'll be the end of it. I will not look for you. I will not pursue you. But if you don't, I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you.
I wish I was the monster you think I am. I wish I had enough poison for the whole pack of you. I would gladly give my life to watch you all swallow me.
Offer me money. Yes. Power to promise me all that I have and more. Please. Offer me everything I ask for. Anything you want. I want my father back, you son of a bitch.
Good luck.
He didn't think it was funny.
Alright, so as I walked around, I saw most of you have filled out something. Some of you, maybe there's been no wrongs in your life, maybe you've never felt aggrieved. So after watching, with at least one eye and one ear, that brief video, what do most of those clips have in common besides swords and fish? Rage? Anger a little bit? What else?
Fighting.
Fighting? There's some kind of battle, something going on?
I was gonna say revenge.
Revenge. Revenge. So it's a little bit of an odd topic, it feels like, to be talking about in discussion to a young adult novel about bullying and suicide. It doesn't quite seem like it fits. And maybe in the traditional sense, it doesn't fit. Maybe we're not seeing as the old style revenge of the swords and sandal epics or the film noirs where they're avenging, oh, you dirty rat, you killed my brother. There's not that same type of revenge that we're seeing in teas. But if you think about it, there's definitely a cycle of grievances and consequences that continues to perpetuate throughout the story and continues to move things forward. So I need you to think a little more abstractly about revenge as we move on to the next part and as we begin to discuss the actual characters in the story. So for your next little bit of writing, you're going to move down to that second row on the worksheet, and I'm going to put you into groups. So this corner over here, the four of you, you're going to be group number one. You're going to look at the story from Sarah's perspective, which should be pretty easy because everything that we hear in the story is from Sarah's perspective. The next four in the middle, I want you to look at the story more from Emma's perspective, or at least consider Emma and what's happened to her and what she's done as well. And group three probably has the hardest assignment. I want you to consider society and how society plays a part in the story. So in the first box, I want you to write down one wrong that was done to your characters. There's something that was done wrong to Sarah, something that was done wrong to Emma, and something that you feel was done wrong to society. Something that would hurt society as a whole, or the society of the story, which would be the school, the town. Next, write down what that character's revenge was. And again, I know revenge is somewhat abstract here. Retribution, their response. What thing did they do which kind of gets them square up with the person that caused the problem? All right? And then last, I want you to write down how that worked out for the character. Did it go well, or did it end very, very badly? So you're on the second row. Take 2 or 3 minutes and answer those 3 questions. You can talk amongst yourselves, but if everybody could write down a word or 2 of an answer, I'd appreciate that.
Yeah, she has a she walked in on her boyfriend. Boyfriend friend. Right.
So she instigated that.
That's a maybe at first, I think.
So it's wrong, it's one wrong.
So right now, on her boyfriend is crazy.
Being targeted, I guess.
One. But you can look at it from bully.
Well, being targeted by people who had nothing to do with it, who would have otherwise had nothing to do with either if it wasn't for.
That's hard. I know, but.
Like people bandwagon.
Yeah,
No, that's, I'm.
So yeah, alright, so the wrong was that she was bullied.
Right.
Alright, so let's work in reverse, I think that'll be easier.
Yeah, well, she took him back, like, oh, he's yours, like,
We're looking at, is it difficult?
It's like a revenge in her mind, it's not really a revenge.
I'm pretty sure he didn't want it.
Yeah, I was saying, it's not really revenge.
Well,
Yeah, so she,
well, because she slept with him.
Dylan.
Do you remember like when every time she looked at the girl, she
They didn't have proof that they slept with.
But
we know that she like at least made out with her, because she walked out.
But she also, she made out to that party.
Yeah. Always in this class, my friend goes.
So those will be the minor. You can
Yeah,
always
so
say
you
you're
can
gonna be
be boyfriends.
so she gets punched by the boys. No, that's society. So what is, how did it turn out?
Yeah. He plays a good character role. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can say that about Sarah.
So number 2 was how that goes.
Take about a minute more, then I'm gonna need you to wrap this up.
Not well.
If you don't fill in all 3 boxes, or you don't come up with complete thoughts or sentences, that's okay. I don't believe I put citing textual evidence down as a standard for this lesson.
this in, Mr.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna take it at the end of class, just because I'm curious. So, alright, so is anybody's group ready? You filled in 3 things. You have so the Emma group has 3 things here. So go ahead, give me, what was the wrong done to Emma?
She was bullied and victimized.
Yeah, they treated her really, really nastily sometimes.
Right.
So what did she do? What was her revenge in a way?
Talking to Dylan.
Right. So they treat her poorly, in part because she kind of flirted with Dylan. But it's not just talking to Dylan, she steals Dylan. That's a pretty heavy bit of revenge for a teenage girl, okay? They don't have arsenals, they probably don't have the sword skills that some of the people that you have, but they can steal your man. And that's what she does. So how did that go for her, though?
Not good.
Not too well. We all kind of know what happened to Emma, unfortunately. What about the society group over here? What'd you come up with?
So we got, Sarah and Brielle, and they violate the norms of society
Right.
by being bullies. And
It's okay, keep going.
with that one, or you want me?
Whichever part you want
Alright,
to.
let's go on to the second one. So she's punished, she has to go to court, both Brielle, Sarah, and Dylan. And, so what is the outcome from society's perspective?
Does it go well for society?
Does it, well, Emma reforms, so that goes well for society. I mean,
Well,
not
Emma
Emma,
dies.
Sarah.
That really doesn't work out. Yeah, Sarah kind of starts to reform. Sarah kind of starts to reform, but what about the boys? The boys just go to college and keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
What about Brielle? Brielle just leaves and gets started home in her multi-million-dollar house by her filthy rich people. They're all going to be just fine. So maybe society got one right.
Yeah.
taught Emma a lesson. But society's dropped the ball on quite a few other things here.
Wait, society taught Emma a lesson?
Sorry, taught Sarah a lesson.
Like,
So, what about over here, our Sarah group? What'd you come up with?
oh,
Say it, Joe.
my boyfriend got stolen by that skank Emma.
Alright, so before that though, she didn't like that he was talking to her. It's kind of like this group said.
Yeah.
Sarah didn't like that. So what did she do? She started to, did she all of a sudden go, maybe I should back off and be nice to Emma? Maybe I should, not get in her way?
She targeted her.
She made it worse. She went all in. That's kind of how revenge usually works. Revenge is not usually, hey, you know what, I'm going to be the bigger man so that you feel awkward about things. No, revenge is, I'm going to mess you up. And I don't care what happens next. And that's something that I found, they call it bomb science, but it can also be called the revenge cycle. So where does this start?
Nowhere.
Yeah. Nowhere or anywhere. People get angry. People bomb you. You get angry. You bomb people. People get angry. People bomb you. Now when does it stop? Never. So maybe the lesson that we're learning in Tease about revenge or retribution isn't that really revenge is a theme or the big idea here. It's that the cost of revenge. That's not supposed to be there. The cost of revenge is really the issue that we're dealing with here. So Sarah gets her revenge. All right, she gives it to Emma. She treats her really bad, and again, for teenage girls, that's a great way of getting revenge. But it doesn't go like she planned. So not only does it cost another person their life, but it costs her the life that she knew. So the question becomes, was it worth it? And as adults in this room, I think we'd all say no. And Emma, she got a little bit of revenge. She stole Dylan. She made things horrible for a little while for Sarah. But that didn't really go well for her either. And that last little act of revenge, taking her own life to get away from everything and to show everybody else what they did, that can't really end well for you. Society gets to keep going. Society gets to keep moving because that's just how society works. But they've lost a young person. They've lost control of several other young people. And when Sarah goes back to school, her classmates still treat her bad. They still treat her awkwardly. They still go around in the cycle. People get angry. People bomb you. You get angry. You bomb people. So I know we started with revenge, but we've kind of turned things back now to the cost of revenge. And in the last minute or two that we have left, I was going to ask for questions. I don't think we have time for that after class. To show that you've grasped the consequences of revenge and the high personal cost to the revenge seeker, complete the worksheet. In your group, briefly discuss how your assigned character could have responded differently. Individually, write down what you think would have happened if you responded to your situation from the first row in the way that you wanted to at the moment. And lastly, write down how you did or should have responded to your situation. So take a minute, finish your worksheet. I'll collect them when you're done. And I don't believe in homework, so have a nice night.
Thank you.
We're going to thank everybody for their presentations. We encourage everybody, right?
All right.
So we're not actually going to fill out the rest of this worksheet?
No, you don't have to if you don't want to. You could, I'll read it, John. I will.